Imagine sitting in a quiet cafe. The cup in front of you looks ordinary. Dark liquid, gentle steam, a familiar aroma. But this cup costs more than a night in a luxury hotel, more than a plane ticket, sometimes more than gold by weight. And the reason why is something no one tells you before you order. This is the story of the most expensive coffee in the world. A coffee born in the jungle, shaped by an animal, and surrounded by mystery, desire, and controversy. This is the story of Kopi Luwak. Long before luxury cafes, before Instagram, before price tags that shocked the world, this story began quietly. In the dense tropical forest of Southeast Asia, Indonesia, Java, Sumatra. Here, coffee plants grow under tall trees, their cherries ripening slowly in the heat and humidity. And among these trees lived a shy, nocturnal animal known as the civet. The civet did not care about coffee culture. It did not know what money was. It simply followed instinct. At night, it climbed through the branches and selected only the rippest, sweetest coffee cherries. Not all cherries, only the best. And that choice changed everything. The civet eats the cherries, but not the beans inside. Inside its digestive system, something strange happens. The flesh of the fruit is digested, but the beans pass through intact, slowly fermenting as natural enzymes break down proteins inside them. When the beans are finally excreted, they are no longer ordinary coffee beans. They have been transformed. Local farmers noticed this centuries ago, not through science, but through curiosity. They collected the beans, washed them, dried them, roasted them, and when they brewed coffee, they tasted something unexpected. Less bitterness, smoother texture, a deep, complex aroma. An accident had created a legend. During the colonial era, Indonesian farmers were forbidden from drinking the coffee they grew. The best beans were reserved for European rulers, but farmers could collect what the colonizers ignored. The beans left behind by civet. What began as necessity became discovery. Word spread slowly, then suddenly. This coffee was different, rare, impossible to mass produce. When European traders tasted it, they were stunned. A coffee touched by nature itself, selected by an animal, fermented without machines. By the 20th century, Kopi Luwak had entered luxury circles. By the 21st, it became a symbol of excess. Single cup could cost hundreds of dollars, but rarity comes with a price beyond money. Kopi Luwak is expensive for three reasons. First, scarcity. Wild civet produce very little coffee. Second, labor. Each bean must be collected by hand, cleaned, dried, and roasted carefully. Third, myth. People are not just buying coffee, they are buying a story of jungles, of chance, of something that should not exist, yet does. And humans love rarity, especially when it feels forbidden. But Every legend has a shadow. As demand exploded, the jungle could no longer supply the world. So humans intervened. Civets were captured, caged. Fools fed coffee cherries. The animal that once chose freely became a factory. The coffee lost what made it special, and the price was paid by the civet. Today, much of the Kopi Luwak sold worldwide is not wild, not ethical, and not what people think they are drinking. The most expensive coffee in the world became one of the most controversial. Here is the uncomfortable truth. Many coffee experts say Kopi Luwak is not the best coffee in the world. It's smoother, less bitter, but not necessarily superior. So why do people still want it? Because humans crave stories. We drink meaning. We sip rarity. We taste the idea of exclusivity. Sometimes the expensive matters more than the flavor. Kopi Luwak is not just coffee, it's a mirror. It reflects how humans turn accident into luxury, nature into a product, and stories into currency. It asks a quiet question. When something becomes rare, do we protect it or exploit it? The most expensive coffee in the world is not defined by its price. It's defined by the strange journey it takes, from jungle to animal to cup. And as you take your last sip tonight, remember, some luxuries are born by chance and changed forever by desire. Thank you so much for listening.